Okay, so we're going to go through some of these problems on the review for your quiz. I mean, I say a quiz on inverse trig functions, but there's a lot of things that it's reviewing. Okay, so we got a right triangle with these side lengths, 5, 8, and root 89. Okay, so 5 and 8. And then if you do the Pythagorean theorem based on this, you'll see that the hypotenuse is root 89. What is the measure of the smallest angle? Okay, so the smallest angle is going to be across. It's going to be across from the smallest side. All right, so my smallest angle has to be right here. To find this angle, you got a lot of choices. You could use sine, which would be sine of theta is equal to opposite, which is 5, over root 89. And so your angle, theta, would be sine inverse of 5 over root 89. Okay, you could use that to figure out what that angle is, or you could use tangent. Right? Tangent of theta would be 5 over 8, and so the theta, the angle, would be tan inverse of 5/8. And if you punch either one of these into your calculator, let's see what you get. You get 32 degrees, 32.005. So that angle is about 32 degrees. Okay, number 2, for a right triangle, sine of x is 4 over 11. What is tangent of the same angle? Okay, so the quickest way to answer this is just to flat out figure out what x is first. So x is going to be the sine inverse of 4 over 11. And then we're going to do the tangent of whatever answer that is. Okay, so the angle that we're dealing with, sine inverse of 4 divided by 11, is about 21.32. Okay, and then the problem says, what is the tangent of that same angle? So our answer, approximately, not exactly, is tangent of 21.32. Tangent. And that comes out to 0.3903. 0.3903. So it's got to be option B right here. Now, of course, the way that they figured it out to get these exact answers is you draw a right triangle where the sine of some angle is 4 over 11. So 11 is the hypotenuse, 4 would be about right there. And then if you wanted to find tangent, you would have to know this adjacent side. Turns out, if you do the Pythagorean theorem, you're going to get square root of 105 out of this. And then tangent of that angle would just be 4 over root 105. Okay, number 3, find the value of x if you have this equation. So what we're going to do is move over the 1, subtract 1 from both sides. That's going to give us tangent of 4x is 0.2799. And then we can take the tangent inverse of both sides. So actually, instead of just showing you the right-hand side, I'll go ahead and do the whole bit so that way you see it. I'm going to do tangent inverse of both sides. Tangent inverse of 0.2799. And on the left-hand side, the idea is that the tangent inverse and the tangent just knock each other out. They are inverses of each other. So you're just left with 4x. And on the right-hand side, let's see what kind of number this is. 0.02799. I said that wrong. 0.2799. That comes out to 15.636. 15.636. And then, of course, you'd have to divide by 4. Okay. Dividing by 4, you'll get about 3.0 909. Okay. Number 4, if secant is equal to 4, secant of x, what is the value of x? So here you're going to want to turn it into a cosine question. If secant is equal to 4, that means cosine of that same angle would be 1/4. And then you can just take the inverse cosine of both sides. So x will equal cosine inverse of 1/4. 1/4. And that comes out to 75.522. Okay. Number 5. This will be our last one, and good one. It's a very easy one. Sine of sine inverse of x is equal to 4/5. Well, since these two are just inverses of each other, you're just left with x. So x will be equal to 4/5. So there's really not any work to be done there. It's just when you compose a function with its inverse, they undo each other, and so you're just left with x.